Hey, welcome back to This Tree and Me. I need to ask a favor. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. And if this episode resonates, please share, comment. I love to have the conversations with you. I love the feedback. Also, let's keep the conversation going. There's people out there that also want to get on a journey. They're asking, they're seeking knowledge, and there might be something that you and I can give them that helps them take one more step on that path. So I appreciate you all being here. I'm grateful for your time. Let's get into the episode. I'm Cory J Riggs. This is This Tree and Me. In today's episode, we're talking about the next step. Not what you build, but how you actually build it. So let me ask you something. If you know you need to build your life, do you actually know how to build today? The day you're in right now? We spoke about this last episode, right? You're not building a life, you're building today. So then you have to ask, okay, then how do we actually build the day? What does that look like? How do you have this big goal that you want to reach and you're focused on just today? You can't get there by just today, right? And I think this is where a lot of us get it wrong. I know I have for a very long time. And it just doesn't happen. It's not like you just wake up and you're connected, right? You're not aligned just because you woke up. You don't just fall into alignment. So where does it begin? It starts with intention. The method does not start itself. You must start it. You must choose to listen. You must choose to allow, and you must choose to follow. Waking up and choosing presence. Choosing connection instead of reaction. Choosing to build instead of drift. The intention is the beginning of the method. And there is a way to do this. But it won't look the same for everyone. The method is the same. The process is the same, but the connection is different. Because life is lived from the heart. And you must follow what you're given. And I know I've fallen into this trap. And it's helped because it got me to where I'm at now. But you can't copy someone's way. You must find your own connection. When you try to copy routines and systems and other people's structure, but you miss the core because they're not actually connected to you. And this is what my teachings and what my understanding has come to with the laugh method. It's brought me to the place to understand that because I was trying to copy people's routines. I was trying to do exactly what this person did and that person did. Oh, look, that's working for them, so I'm going to do it. And yes, some of it stays with me, but for the most part, I mold it. I was okay with starting to shape it. I used to judge that very hard, like, oh, I know I've got to stick exactly to what they're doing or it's not going to work. No. It's not going to work if you don't connect to it. If you don't put your heart in it, if you don't allow it to change you. And the only way that you can do that is to connect to what it's showing you. The method was built from this. The method is universal. It's how you connect that's behind it. It's not what you do. It's where you do it from. Life is lived from the heart. It's a feeling, a peace, a calm, serenity. I love the serenity prayer. It will give you the answers you seek. And there's no right or wrong to those answers. If it's in true alignment, if it's from your truest self, there's no right or wrong. It's not thinking. It's not logic. It's simply felt. And you don't build the day with control. Control is the absolute destroyer of living in the moment, of following your path. You listen. That's how you build. You start by listening. And when you listen to what you're shown, you have to allow yourself to hear it. You have to allow your heart to be open to hearing all the messages. And we've talked about this before. Not just the good, all of them. We got to hear the resistance. We have to hear the fear as well. There's two different voices to it. And once you will allow your heart to start listening to what you're hearing, you will truly be able to decipher from there. And you will just act. You will follow what comes next. But it all starts with listen, allow, and follow. And as I said, this doesn't mean that it's going to look the same for everybody. I can tell you exactly what I do from day to day. I could send you a PDF of it because it's built, it's blocked, it's scripted. My days are blocked. And certain parts of it are non-negotiable. Other parts of it, yeah, things happen. And there's space in there for that. And I can tell you exactly what meditation I do. I can tell you exactly how I set up the room, what I do. I can tell you exactly to a T what I do. Just like I'm sure that a lot of people who do this work can also tell you exactly their day. Successful people can probably tell you when they wake up, what they eat, how they walk, how they dress, all of it. But it's not just meditation. It's not just journaling. They work for me very well. It's your exact routine. You need to find it. It could be walking, working out, creating, sitting still. It could be any number of things. Whatever brings you to that moment where you can sit and be calm and still and listen from your heart and allow it. That's all that matters. You can tweak the method as far as how you connect. That's how it's built. It's not built to be structured and followed strictly this. Yes, you listen, you allow, you follow. But once you get that, the how, the what tools you use, your anchors are yours. Mine are mine. Everyone will find their own and we'll share some. But that's the beauty of it. How you connect doesn't matter. It's just the simple fact that you do connect. That's what matters. And as you're doing this, the ego wants to control you. It wants certainty. It wants right or wrong. It wants to know. It wants to have outcomes. It wants to have destination. It wants to know every step, and then it wants to negotiate every step. All of this is resistance, keeping you from where you're supposed to go. And it's just trying to protect you. The ego's doing what it's built to do. There's a way to be a friend with it. There's a way to have a mutual respect and understanding with it. You cannot control the truth of your life. Nothing is within your control other than your ability to surrender. The ego wants to define your day. Your heart, if allowed, will guide the day. The only control you have is your ability to surrender and follow. That's it. Once you stop following, once you start listening to that ego, control is out the window. And you definitely don't have control over what the heart's telling you. The heart is just going to tell you what you should be doing. I believe your truest self and your soul is deep in your heart. That's what guides you. You don't have control over that either. But you have control to surrender to it. And you have control to follow in faith. And surrender to your path. And this isn't just one decision, one time, one day. It's repeated. It's following the process. It's learning from your steps. And it's repeating. That is the cycle of growth. Listen, allow, follow, repeat. Listen, allow, follow, repeat. This is how the day is built. Over and over and over. It doesn't stop. There's no end point. There's no victory lap. There's no bar you're going to cross that says, I made it. You just continue growing and building from that place. Because fulfillment does not come from outcomes. You will find fulfillment and you will find joy. And you'll find it from alignment. Alignment has no destination. It just does not. It has no end point, right? I repeat this a lot because it's important to really understand. You're going to hit a mark and you're going to think, okay, I did it. And then that next minute, that next day, that next week, something's going to hit. And you have to understand and allow it and just know that's a part of life. It's cyclical. It's going to come and go. And when you're in alignment, you ride that wave. And understanding that the journey is the only destination. There is no end. No game over until you die. Then we don't know what happens. Everyone can have their own understanding, explanation, and belief in that. We don't know. What we do know is what we have here today. And once you get to that realization, you're alive. You're living that day, in that moment, in that singular breath. So I want to ask you a few questions that we can sit with. How do you actually connect? Have you ever really sat down and thought about, like, what brings me peace? What brings me that serenity where I don't feel the pressures of the day? Yes, there's going to be pressures, but I don't feel them. And like I said, some people, they start feeling it. They go for a run. They go work out. They go journal. They go meditate. They go pray. They go for a drive. They write. There's no right or wrong to that part. How you connect is simply how you connect. And if it works for you, it doesn't matter what works for anyone else. So how do you actually connect? Then next, where are you forcing instead of listening? And we can all find those moments, right? We hear that voice. We hear that message. Hey, go do this. And then all of a sudden you are going the exact opposite way, hard and fast, and not even hearing that message anymore. The ego got in and you forced a different path. You said, nope, I'm going to go this route because I know this is the way to go. I feel a lot of us resonate with that one. And I think if you sit down and find that place of connection, you'll start seeing those a lot more and you'll start understanding them a lot more once you start asking the right questions. Are you trying to control your day or are you trying to follow it? And it kind of goes into the same mode of the last question. You know, when you're controlling your day, when you're forcing things, when you're not active in a conversation because you're trying to move to the next thing, or, oh, this isn't going to go right. So when you build that story in your mind, when I get into this meeting, when I get at school, when I go to work, when I go to practice, whatever it is, when I get to this event, this is what's going to be said. I'm going to make sure that I do this, 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 and this. Instead of just allowing it to be what it is, being in the moment, listening with your whole heart, allowing it to be as it is, and following what's in your heart, following that message. Why not? You don't control anything other than surrender and following. What if that conversation doesn't go the way you thought and you had it in your mind it's going to go that way? Do you think that it's still going to go that way, or are you going to force it to go that way? Are you going to control the situation right when you walk in by body language, by facial expression, by the first words that come out of your mouth? That changes the tone. Just allow it. Sit in it. Don't control it. Just simply follow what's going on. Your heart will tell you where to go. How are you building today? Do you wake up with intention? Do you wake up with the mindset to connect with yourself before you connect with your phone? Before you connect with the world? Do you have the intention to wake up, take a breath, get some water in your body, connect with your heart, connect with your higher power, if that's what you believe, connect with your truest self? Do you connect before you distract? Do you wake up with that intention? If you don't wake up with that intention, if you don't wake up trying immediately to connect to yourself before you take one step for the day, before you pick up that phone one time to read that email, to see the notifications, the day's going to lead you from the ego, not from your heart. So how are you building your day? Thank you again for being here. I am greatly appreciative of every single one of you that take the time to watch, to follow, to comment, to interact, to share. And if you haven't, please check to see if you subscribe, because a lot of times I know I've recognized that I watch a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of podcasts and I recognize, you know what? I'm not subscribing to that channel. And I understand by doing the work how important it is, because it helps them. It helps them grow. It helps them keep lights on. It helps them keep conversations going. It just helps them build. And we all need to help each other and get messages out and build from each other. So please check if you haven't already done so. Please subscribe. If it resonates with you, share it with somebody. I know we all have somebody out there who's also seeking their truth, their path. And maybe one line, maybe one word that we give them sparks something inside them to say, you know what? I'm going to try something different today. And that's where it starts. You're not going to build it in one day, but you got to start. And you got to start with that intention. Again, this is This Tree in Me. And I'm Cory J Riggs. I love you all. Be blessed.